So, good morning, happy Wednesday. Glad you're all here. It's Judith. It's a 1-hour gentle Kripalu yoga class. So welcome. If you're brand new, welcome. If you've been here for the past 4 years, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so glad you've been here with us. So what you need for the class, very, very briefly, would be a yoga mat. And if that's not available this morning, you could substitute with a folded blanket or a beach towel on preferably a carpeted surface, because wood or tile is just too hard on the joints. So bear that in mind. Another set of props you might want to have would be 2 yoga blocks. These are the styrofoam version. They're very light. They're a really nice investment. They're not expensive, and they can help as you move through the practice. A yoga strap. This is official yoga strap, but you could use a scarf or a belt, a dog leash, a bathrobe tie, whatever would work. And for the blocks, if you don't have the blocks, you could substitute with 2 canned goods of equal size and weight, maybe soften them with some washcloths, something like that. And then we have padding. I have rolled up a towel and fixed it with rubber bands. That's my fake bolster. I have a little squishy mat here, but you could use cushions from the bed or the sofa. Anything that might be, nothing too big, like a bed pillow, no. Smaller pillows would be great. This is a set of 1-pound hand weights. Nothing heavier than 2 pounds. That's optional. Weights are optional. So if you don't have them, don't panic. And last but not least, our friend, the chair. So this is a chair that has no arms and no wheels. It's got a wide base on the legs. And so when you start pushing your weight on it, you want to have it either on the sticky surface of the mat, or maybe the back legs could be up against a wall if you have an available wall. So that chair isn't going to be moving when you start pushing your weight on it. We don't want anybody to get hurt. Also, if whatever's being offered does not work for your body, you can modify. You could do something else, another posture, for example, or you could skip it. So you are in charge, not me. So you know what's going to work for your body, and you can modify as you go. Let's just start with the legs about shoulder width apart. The toes can be pointed out maybe 5 or 10 degrees, nothing too wild. And we're just going to start by swinging the arms like empty coat sleeves or wet spaghetti noodles. You can choose what image you prefer. And then as you get organized with the arms and the legs, you want to twist and look over the shoulder to the wall behind you. And you're squeezing the spine here. You're just giving some fresh blood, oxygen, chi, life force, moving into the spine, and you're wringing it out. We're trying to keep that spine as hydrated and flexible as possible. So while we're busy twisting here, you might want to lift opposite heel as you twist in the opposite direction. And don't forget about those LSD breaths, the long, slow, and deep breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you're going to keep turning and twisting, but now you're going to tap the midriff, the torso area with the front hand. The back hand is going to tap up on those kidneys. So the kidneys are up a little bit higher. Very nice. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. And now slowly, slowly, we're going to come back down, unwinding very slowly. Don't just abruptly stop. Very nice. Let's take the hands to the hip crease. You might want to adjust the width of the feet and the legs. You can decide what works the best for you. We're going to start swirling some hips. Inhaling as you go forward. Exhaling as you squeeze, rounding into the back. So noticing if there's any tension, pockets of tightness, breathing into those areas. Big full breaths. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Corkscrewing back to center. Now you're going to swirl the hips the opposite way. Continuing with inhaling forward, exhaling back. Nice and easy. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, coming back to center. Let's start rolling some shoulders now. Oh, sighing, moaning, groaning is fine. We're all muted, so you can let it rip. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's circle the other direction. Here you might notice pops and crunches. No worries. It's just gas or air in the joint. And we're busy now, of course, producing our own synovial fluid. As you move the joint, synovial fluid is produced for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's shake out the arms. You're just rotating the humerus bone in the shoulder girdle. Again, generating synovial fluid for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come to stillness now. And you're just going to tilt over to the right. Now the chest is going to stay squared to the front of your screen or your space. You're going to notice the weight of that right arm and the stretch on the left side of the body. Big full breaths here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming to center, tilting over to the left. Again, noticing the weight of that left arm. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the chest squared as best you can. Let's return to the right side of the body. Now we're going to move the wrist and the fingers. Spread the fingers wide. Circle the wrist, giving the tendons a nice stretch there in the hands. And now circle the other way. No rush to get there. Breathing. And bringing that hand and arm to stillness, coming back to center. Let's tilt over to the left. Now you're going to move the wrist, spread the fingers wide. You're keeping the chest square to the front of your screen or your space. Stretching the tendons, getting as much blood flow and flexibility as you can into those tiny extremities. Let's circle the other way with that hand and wrist. Ooh, boy. And then bringing that slowly down to stillness. Coming back to center, tilting back over to the right. This time the left arm comes up over the head. I'm modifying a bit because this is my injured side, but the arm comes by the ear, the fingertips stretch to the side wall. You're grounding through that left foot for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top elbow bends. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then slowly allowing that arm to rise up, slowly resisting gravity as you bring it down to the side. And then we're going to take the right arm, inhale up, tilting over to the left. The fingers stretch to the side wall here. The chest is still squared to the front of your space. Big full breath here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top elbow bends. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Off to the side. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then arms float up. Slowly resist the gravity as you lower that right arm down to the side body. Taking a pause, a breath or two here. Now you're going to lift the left arm. You're going to take the bottom arm over to the left. The top arm goes to the right. Big stretch here. You're grounding through the feet. You're engaging the abdominals for 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms windmill now. Top arm presses to the left, bottom arm presses to the right. Huge stretch on the right side of the body. You're grounding through the feet for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm floats down. Very slowly, resisting the gravity. Legs can stay relatively wide. Let's take the arms out to the side. And let's just go forward halfway. So you're going to keep the flat back. The crown of head still lines up with the tailbone. You're engaging the abdominals and the fingertips stretch to the side wall. For more support, you could add hands to the thighs. So you can choose what works for you. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly go ahead and go down for your first forward fold of the day. If the fingertips do not reach the mat or the floor, this is a great place to grab a block, should you need. If you don't have blocks today, but you do have a chair, you could swirl the chair around so you're facing the seat, and you could place your hands there. So we're here with either the hands on the mat or on the block. The toes point out 30 to 45 degrees. Let's inhale, knees bend, track over the toes. Exhale, straighten the legs, bow to your mat. Inhale, straighten the leg, bend the knees, sorry. Exhale, straighten the legs. Let's do 8, or as many as you can manage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1. Little pulses here. Don't let the head dangle. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay low. Right forearm can come and rest on the right thigh. The left leg is going to stretch out long. You're stretching out that left adductor muscle. And at the same time, you're pumping into this right hip, again producing synovial fluid for the hip crease area. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Glide through center now. Left forearm rests on left thigh. Right hand could be on block or mat. You're pulsing into the left hip. Big stretch on that right leg for the adductor muscle. The right heel grounds into the mat. The toes point up to the sky. Pulsing into the left hip for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's come back to center. We're going to pause here for just a bit longer. Let's take the right hand and grab the outside of the left ankle. And you're going to try to press your chest close to the top of the left thigh. Big full breaths here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay right here. Top arm floats up to sky for 4, 3, 2, 1. Little circles with the straight arm. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm floats down. Yay. Coming back to center. Left hand grabs outside of right ankle. Left hand grabs outside of right ankle. The chest is pressing close to the top of the right thigh. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Top right arm floats up straight. If that's too much, by all means, rest it on the sacrum. If the straight arm is too much, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight arm circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Float that top arm down. Come back to center. From here, heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. You can choose what works. As long as we're here, let's do that series of flat back lifts. Hands rest on the ankles to start. You're going to drag them up the shins halfway so your back is flat. Inhale, flat back lift. Back is flat. You could serve tea, no spilling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back lift. Exhale, forward fold. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming all the way up, hands can rest on thighs as you slowly stack the bones. Stack the bones, coming to standing, rolling the shoulders open. Let's roll the shoulders a few times in one direction and a few times in the other direction. Very nice. Let's work a little bit on the feet and the ankles now. If you want to hang on to your chair or your wall or your piece of furniture that doesn't move, perfect. So you're just going to lift the right heel and place it down. Shift the weight, lift the left heel, spread the 5 toes wide and place it down. So you're lifting and pressing, lifting and pressing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both heels come down. Let's relift the right heel. Using the ankle to initiate the movement, you're circling that right ankle. So knee, calf, and thigh go along for the ride. It's the ankle doing the movement. A few more in this direction. You're standing tall on the supporting left leg. And then you're going to circle the other direction. Oh boy. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right heel floats down. Shifting weight to right leg, lift left heel. Again is the ankle joint initiating movement. This rest of the leg and the thigh go along for the ride. And you're standing tall. Imagine the head like a helium balloon floating up to the sky. Let's circle the other way with this ankle. Very gently for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then bringing that to stillness, let's shake the legs and the feet out if that feels good. Now from here, the feet will be directly under the hips. Toes point forward. Let's lift the heels. If you can, 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/2 an inch, maybe not. See if you can lift those heels. And once the heels get going, see if you can lift the toes as you rock back. So lifting on the toes as you go forward, rocking back on the heels as you flow back. Once you get the legs and the feet going, add in some arms, maybe. So it's inhale, palms up. Exhale, palms press to the back wall. Inhale up. Exhale, press. So you're getting this rocking motion going, working on balance, working on strengthening the feet and the ankles, the Achilles tendon, and the calves. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then just rolling shoulders back to neutral. Let's grab a chair for now. You're going to sit in your chair very mindfully. So you want to sit closer to the front of the seat of the chair than the back, okay? So you're going to mindfully come into your chair. The feet are parallel, the legs are parallel, the toes point forward. Let's take the left hand, grab the outside of the right thigh, and then the right hand is going to scan the horizon with the fingertips. So you've got your right straight arm and you're twisting to the right until you come to a sticking point, and then that back arm can wrap around the back of your chair for extra support. It'll also give you more leverage to get deeper into the twist. So we're here in the seated twist, and we'll just pause here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying in the twist, but just slightly releasing. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Let's do 4, 3, 2, nice. And then unfolding, unwinding. So basically what's happening in this is that everything from the waist down is pointing forward. Everything from the waist up is either turning left or right. So you've got your right hand, it's outside of the left thigh. The left arm goes straight out to scan that horizon. You're twisting to the left now. Oh boy, this side might feel different. When you come to your sticking point, that back arm can wrap around the chair, and that'll give you lots of strength and leverage in terms of your twist. So we're here for 4, 3, 2, 1. So slightly release, but don't come all the way out of it. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then slowly unwinding out of your twist here, very nicely. If you have weights, this is a great place to add in weights, but weights are optional. So if you're not using weights, a soft fist is fine. No worries. And again, you're more close to the front of the chair than the back of the seat of the chair. So I've got no weight or one weight in each palm. The palms face the back wall. Right arm lifts up to shoulder height only. Exhale, inhale. Same on the left. Exhale, inhale. Let's do 8. Don't rush it. 7, 6, 5, 4, finding your own rhythm, your own pace. 3, 2, 1. You might want to keep alternating, or perhaps you might want to do the 2 arms together for 8. Slow it down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up on 1. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh boy. And then slowly taking them down. Don't just let them flop down. Very nice. Now no weight or one weight in each hand. The palms face the midline. Exhale, right fist into right armpit. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, left fist into left armpit. Exhale, drop it down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then slowly coming back to stillness. No weight or one weight in each hand. The palms press down into the tops of the thighs. Avoid the knee joint. So we'll stay on, we'll alternate both legs at the beginning, and then we'll stay on the right, and then we'll stay on the left. So it's exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And don't forget, this is an isometric press on those thighs. It's not a death press. It's just a nice steady pressure. Okay. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to neutral. Let's stay on the right. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Put that leg down, pausing between sides, noticing right side of the body, noticing left side of the body. Do they feel the same? No judgment, just noticing. Let's shift over to the left. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Place that foot down. Let's take the feet and the legs nice and wide. All right. So no weight or one weight in each hand. Let's take the right arm. You can rest your left forearm on the left thigh. The right arm is straight with no weight or one weight in that hand. So it looks like you're going to drop your weight here, but you're not. It's inhale, exhale. You're pulling your elbow back like it's a bow and arrow. Inhale and exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the elbow back on 1, little pumps. 8, 7, sitting tall. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it back. The forearm now goes perpendicular to the floor. The palm faces forward. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it straight. Half rainbow arc as you descend, again resisting the gravity. Resisting it all the way down. Oh, shake it out. Shake out that side. Now we're going to go over to the left arm. So you've got your left arm is straight. Looks like you're going to drop the weight if you've got one there, but you're not. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it back on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it back on 1. Forearm perpendicular to the floor, the upper arm. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it straight on 1, and then half rainbow arc as you descend, again resisting the gravity. Oh boy. Oh, shake that arm out. Come back to center. So keep the legs wide for this. This is called chopping wood. No weight, one weight, or two weights in these hands, which are now clasped together. So you're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back up, let's go ahead and just take the legs back together. Lose the weights for now if you were using them. And here you can just place the hands on the thighs, and let's just circle the rib cage here. So here again, we're giving some attention to those internal organs who are working 24/7. See if you can just isolate the ribs. Imagine the ribs are like a hat box on a flat table, and you're just circling in one direction for now. Giving a nice squeeze to those organs. pumping fresh blood and chi into that area. And let's corkscrew back to center and circle the other way, circling gently, breathing. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to center. Now, the feet are directly under the hips, the toes point forward, the legs are in parallel. Either stacking the palms right over the heart, or you can hook the thumbs together, spread the fingers wide, and just place it there over your heart. That's Eagle Mudra in yoga. So we're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, don't rush it, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. One more time, up. And now you're going to hover over the seat of your chair. You're not going to land for 8, 7, torso stays upright, 6, 5, feet are flat, 4, 3, 2, straighten on 1, keep the hands right where they are, take the legs a little bit wider, the toes can point out slightly. Let's shift to the left as you lift the right heel, place it down, shift to left, right, lift the left. So we're moving side to side, not using our arms to help, lifting and shifting for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And now legs come to straight, arms can unwind, shake them out, and heel toe the feet together or step them together. Maybe you want to grab some water at this juncture. The chair can go off to one side. Let's place the yoga blocks here at the narrow end of the mat so there's no hunting for them later. And so you're going to face those blocks. We're moving into downward facing dog. So if you find downward dog too unpleasant, just find your way to the mat. But here we go. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive. 2 more. Lifting and pressing. Lifting and pressing. And then just staying down here in a straight-legged forward fold, Uttanasana. So micro bend the knees left and right. Keep going. And you're stretching out that low back. Oh, yeah. So use this as an opportunity to stretch the low back for 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs come to stillness. Hands come to mat or low blocks only. Stepping back into your down dog. And you're breathing. Bicycle pedaling the heels. Wagging your dog tail. Big full breaths as you walk that dog for 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs come to stillness, knees float down to the mat. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Press into child pose. This is where I take my fake bolster, place it behind the knees, and then press back the hips toward the heels. Ugh. And then you're going to find your optimum stretch here in child's pose. The arms could go forward. The arms could rest by the legs. Now, if the forehead doesn't get to the mat, options are stacked palms, rest the forehead there, stacked fists, rest the forehead there. Or if you have a block, and just rest your head on a low block. So once you've organized the top, exhale, upper, middle, lower back, squeezing out all the air. Inhale, lower, middle, upper back, pausing, the top. Exhaling, upper, middle, lower back, squeezing out all the air and resting in the silence at the bottom. 2 more, just like this. Inhale. Inhale. Out of your child's pose, only halfway. Tuck the top of the right foot into the arch of the left foot, and then you're going to press back again into the child's pose. So now we're deliberately smushing that bottom left foot. Maybe you want to just do little side. That feels easy. By pressing this foot, that foot, those tiny little toes, those extremities that somehow flow. Arms on the left on the floor. The right hip, and press it away, 45 degrees. Stretch on the right side of the body. I'm not mirroring you for this. Oh. And then coming back to center, slowly halfway out of child's pose, flip the feet. The top of the left foot nestles into the arch of the right foot. You're going to press back, so you're smushing the bottom right foot, pumping in fresh blood, chi, life force. And then the arms go on the floor to the right. The left hip presses away 45 degrees on the diagonal, so you have this ginormous stretch on the left side of the body. Maybe it's a static press, maybe it's micro movements for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back to center. Oh. And then coming all the way out of child's pose and folding the feet. And you're going to come into neutral table here. This might be a good place to pad your knees. Always remember to be kind to your knees. They tend to get very grumpy as we age. So send those knees lots of love and protect them as best you can. So it's hips over knees, shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists, fingers spread wide. Let's tuck the 10 toes to start. And we're just going to rock back and forth on those feet. Some people can sit on their heels quite easily in this pose, and other people find it extremely unpleasant, uncomfortable. So find the middle road here, rocking or sitting for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to neutral table. Untuck the 10 toes. Pound the tops of the feet into your mat. Oh, this feels good. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming slowly to stillness. From here, let's just take the hands into the upper corners of the mat, that narrow end of the mat. You're going to come into a modified plank. If you want to do a full plank, go for it. Crown of head lines up with tailbone. Back is straight like a diving board. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then pressing yourself out of this and carefully finding your way to a sitting posture. Might have your blocks handy so that you can prop the thighs if that feels appropriate. Or you might wish to fold a blanket or a towel to sit on, which will bring the hips forward. So it's like you're tilting the pelvic bowl forward, spilling water out of that pelvic bowl. It helps you maintain a more erect posture, I guess is the best way to put it. So let's grab the blocks. Maybe you want to pull flesh away from sits bones so you get a more stable seat on your blanket, your mat. And let's just place the hands on knees or shins, perhaps. Let's tuck the chin here. Inhale, tuck the chin. Exhale, sweep forward like you're swimming and you're breaking the waves. Inhale, tuck the chin. Exhale, go forward. Now, while we do this, focus your attention on the spine. Tucking and stretching, getting as much flexibility in the spine as possible. 2 more like this. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to center, pausing, noticing how you feel. Where has the energy moved in the body? Let's do that same movement except the opposite way. So leading with the chin, exhale. And you come down, tuck the chin, inhale as you rise up. Exhale as you go down. Inhale as you rise up. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's come back to neutral. And just again, pausing, taking a quick inventory, noticing where the energy is in the body, heart beating, blood flowing. Now let's extend the legs long. Again, you might want to pull flesh away from sits bones. Maybe you want to loop a strap around the balls of the feet for this one. That's an option. So the arms float up, inhale up, exhale over. Arms drag along the side of the body. Inhale up, exhale over. Let's do 2 more. Inhale up, exhale over. This time, inhale up, exhale, stay over. So say hello to your hamstrings. Oh, maybe you want to grab the backs of the calves and just rock side to side. Try not to let the head dangle. Big full breaths. Back stays flat. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Right hand grabs outside of left ankle. Left arm wraps around either to sacrum or opposite hip crease. Now we're in a forward fold in a twist, looking over the left shoulder. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly unwinding. Still in your forward fold, left hand grabs outside of right ankle. Right arm wraps around either to sacrum or opposite hip crease. Now we're looking over the right shoulder to the wall behind. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly unwinding. And then hands can rest on the mat next to you as you rise, as you lift that torso upright. Very nice. Let's go ahead and cross left foot over the right straight leg. So the foot needs to be flat as you cross over the leg. If it's not flat, it's fine to stay on the inside of that right leg. So you choose what works best for you. Right arm is going to wrap around the bent knee. Left arm twists and looks to the left, twisting till you can't go any farther. And here we will stay. Now that left leg is straight, and flex that left foot. And the left hand is here by the left hip. So you're just having a deep squeeze as you look over the left shoulder. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwinding it slowly, letting that bent knee drop off to the side. So now we're going to leave it there so that bent left leg is dropped to the side. The arms float up. Inhale up. Exhale over. This may not be a big move. Don't force it. And here again, you might be feeling the hamstrings on that right leg. Pretty intense over here. And maybe you want to do rocks from side to side for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then coming back to stillness. Now you might want to keep the legs just like this, or taking that bottom leg, folding it under, maybe not, maybe having your blocks handy. So the idea is to stack the knees. I'm obviously not succeeding at that here, but that's okay. And you might want to grab your feet for anchors or not. I'm going to put my hands on the mat for support. And then you're going to slowly tilt forward till you come to a sticking point. This may not be a big move. Don't force it. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly unwinding the legs. You can assist with your arms and your hands. Straighten out the legs. Shake out the legs between sides. Now let's take the left leg. Oh, sorry, right leg. The one you didn't do before. So the foot is flat on either on the inside of the straight left leg or it's flat on the outside of the left straight leg. The left arm, knee, hand twists around until you're in your optimum twist here. Sitting tall as best you can. That right foot is flexed. The right leg is straight. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwinding it slowly, dropping the bent knee off to the right. Here again, maybe a strap around the ball of the foot would assist. Inhale up. Exhale over. Oh, say hello to the hamstrings on this leg. Oh boy. And maybe there's a little rock here to help ease some of that tension. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to stillness. This is optional. You could stay right here, or you could bend that bottom left leg. Maybe stack the knees on this fold, but maybe not. My hands are going to the mat. You could actually have blocks if you wanted to for support. And then just going with a flat back over those legs till you come to a sticking point, and there you will stop for 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh boy. And then tilting back to neutral, unwinding that top leg, unwinding the second leg. Let's go ahead and just shake out the legs very mindfully. And we're going to flex the feet, both feet. Hands can come back here by the hips. So we're going to flex the ankles and point the toes. That while we're doing this, you're also spreading the 5 toes on each foot wide and seeing how much movement you can get in there. And then you're going to start circling the ankles in both directions. Sounds excellent. Here we go. And let's bring that to stillness. The legs are still going to come slightly wider apart. The feet are still flexed. Internally rotate the legs and the feet back to neutral. Externally rotate the legs and the feet. 8, 7, 6, sitting tall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to neutral, and then just shake out the legs. Very nice. Let's go ahead and just massage the legs. Let's start tapping the calf. And then when you get up to the knee joint, you're just going to slowly massage the sides of the knee to be kind to your knee. And when that feels complete and warmed, you can tap the thigh all the way around. Very nice. Let's bring that to stillness. Let's go to the other leg. You could do this when you wake up in the morning. Tap that lower leg and just gently caress that knee, the left knee or whatever knee you're working on. And then you're going to do the thigh all the way around. And when that feels complete, bringing everything to stillness, let's go ahead and face that narrow end of the mat. Maybe have your strap available. So the knees are bent, the feet are hip distance apart, the toes point forward. So let's go ahead and just either grab backs of thighs or the shins in the front. Let's go forward and back, squeezing the navel to spine. Inhale forward, exhale back. Let's do two more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, stay back on exhale. Now drop shoulders away, tuck the chin. Maybe one lower leg wants to come up. Maybe a second lower leg wants to come up, or you could do half and half on each side. Maybe you want to hold the legs with your hands. Maybe the hands want to come out to the side. You're squeezing abdominals here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Little open, little squeeze, little open, little squeeze for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Feet come down. Chest comes through the knees one last time. Inhale forward. Now you're going to roll it all the way down, vertebra by vertebra, onto the mat, onto your back. Drawing the knees into the chest. And maybe there's a rock side to side here, or maybe you want to circle those knees. Whatever works the best for you. If you circle, make sure you circle in both directions so you're not lopsided. Lovely. And then the feet come to rest on the mat. Let's go ahead and draw the left thigh into the chest. Right leg goes straight on the mat. Right foot is flexed. We're going to lift and pump that right straight leg without lowering it. And if you want more challenge, you're going to lift head, neck, and shoulders as you pump the right leg up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything comes down nice and easy. Left foot returns to the mat. Left knee is still bent. Let's bend the right leg. Extend straight the left leg. Left foot stays flexed throughout. Right knee draws into the chest. And then if you want more challenge, you raise the head, neck, and shoulders as you pump the left straight leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything comes down. Let's straighten both legs. Let's take the arms out into a T position here. Lengthen the back of the neck as best you can. And let's take the hands over the navel and just start circling in a big circle. So you can start at the lower part of the right hip here. So you're dragging the hands up the right hip. You're going across the top, right under the ribs, and then down the left side. Going back across, up the right, that's the ascending colon. Going across the middle under the ribs is the transverse colon. And then down the left side is the descending colon. So we're massaging our colon. We're giving a lot of attention and love to our colon as we massage the belly in a circular fashion, in a clockwise fashion. Big full breaths. And then bringing that to stillness, the arms could be on the earth. Let's go ahead and bend the left knee. Left ankle crosses over the top of the right thigh. Avoid the knee joint. You want to grab a towel or a block or a blanket. You can prop the left bent knee as it drops off to the side. So we're stretching open that left hip crease one last time. If you want a more advanced version of this, you slip the left ankle underneath the back of the right thigh. Then you drop the left bent knee off to the left. And it's just a little bit more of an extreme stretch there for that version. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Unwind that leg. Left leg is straight, right knee bends, right ankle crosses over top of the left thigh. Right ankle crosses over top of left thigh. You can prop your right bent knee as it drops off to the right with a block, a blanket, a towel, a cushion. And if you want the more advanced version, the right ankle slips behind the back of the left thigh on the earth. You're still propping that right bent knee, but it's a more extreme stretch on the second version. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Then unwinding the legs, rebending the knees one last time. Feet are mat distance apart. The knees are bent. Windshield wiper those knees side to side. This should feel yummy. Big full breaths. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And now the legs and the arms are going to straight onto the earth, arms and legs at 30 to 45 degrees, arriving in Shavasana pose, resting pose, corpse pose. If flat on the back like this doesn't work, you could roll a towel or a blanket under the knees to protect the low back. If that's still not right, returning to feet mat width apart, knees knocked together in the center like a tent, restorative rest. If on the back is impossible, you could rest on one side, stack the hips, stack the legs, rest the head on the upper arm or maybe on a block or a blanket in a block or a pillow in a block. Maybe you have an available wall. You'd like to put your legs up the wall. Or you might want to sit in the chair, feet flat, palms resting on the thighs. And once you've organized the arms and the legs, just allow the eyes to drop closed. And today, what we'll do, you're in your Shavasana, you're going to squeeze everything really, really tight, and then you're going to let it go. And we'll do that 2 or 3 times. So wherever you are, you're going to squeeze everything, your arms, your legs, your pelvis, your chin, your face. Squeeze, 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 let it go. One more time. Squeezing everything. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Let it go. And now just letting everything melt into the earth. Noticing your back body and your front body, your right side and your left side. Noticing the whole body together. The whole body together. The whole body together. And our reading today is from Pema Chodron. Her book is called Comfortable with Uncertainty, 108 Teachings on Cultivating Fearlessness and Compassion. When we don't act out and we don't repress, our passion, our aggression, and our ignorance become our wealth. We don't have to transform anything. Simply letting go of the storyline is what it takes, which is not all that easy. That light touch of acknowledging that we're thinking and letting it go is the key to touching in with the wealth of loving kindness. Just start where you are, not tomorrow, not later, not yesterday when you're feeling better, but now. Start now, just as you are. If you'd like to remain in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to stay right there. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And as you are ready, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a hug. And then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, Press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day. And bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you stand in the light of your own true self. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.